Hello, everyone. It is true. My name is Alyssa. I am the high school small group leader, if you weren't sure. And for my 3 minutes of something, I got a little something. So, I wanted to talk to you guys about prayer because sometimes it feels like, Lord, do you hear me? Are you actually hearing me? And am I doing it right? And I'm not really sure. So, I'm going to take you back to February when I was on the mission field in Indonesia. And we got, before Corona exactly, so we weren't wearing masks. And we were out there doing our little thing, praying, doing mission stuff. And so we get to this little town, and we didn't really have any organizations that we were working with yet or churches. And so we were like, what should we do? So my team, we had 6 of us, and we're like, what do we want out of this 2 weeks where we don't really have any direct connections? So the one guy in my team said, last year I did a whole year of missions, and I was really hoping that someone would invite me into their home so we could just have fellowship together. And I just kind of wanted to be invited to someone's house. And overseas, getting invited to someone's house isn't as weird as it is here in America. Especially in certain cultures, they're very welcoming. And so in Indonesia, they were very welcoming, and it wasn't weird for that to happen. So he said, that's something that I want. And then we prayed for an interpreter. Because we're in such a small town, there wasn't many people who spoke English. So we were using Google Translate. So we're like, Lord, bring us an interpreter. And so we went out. 3 of us went to one town, 3 of us went to another, and we decided to pray, do some prayer walking. And during this time, 3 hours, 4 hours of prayer walking, I got a little bored. And I thought, God, I feel like I could be doing more, and I'm getting a little bored here. And are you really hearing me? And what's actually happening? So me and my team were in this little neighborhood walking around praying, then we meet back. And the other 3 from the other neighborhood, we meet back and we're like, what happened with you guys? Nothing happened with us. We just prayed and walked. They're like, well, we met someone who wants to interpret for us for our whole 2 weeks that we're here because they taught themselves English. Her name was Diana. She was 27. Shout out to Diana who taught herself English. Diana. We got to hang out with her for 2 weeks. She wasn't Christian or anything, so we got to share with her the gospel, but we also got to just talk to her about her life, and we got to share about our life in America, and we played card games, and we cooked together for 2 weeks. It was really, really sweet. And then also, that same day, we got invited into someone's house. And the person's house that we got invited into were Christians. And we didn't think that this small little town had a Christian church. There was a lot of Muslim churches. If you didn't know, Indonesia is the largest Muslim nation. So we weren't really expecting to meet many Christians in our time there. So we went to this Christian church, and we got to help out on Sunday. We did kids' church, and then we came back and did some manual labor to their church building, needed some repairs. And so we went into this random town in the middle of Indonesia that barely anyone spoke English. And we didn't have any real ministry opportunities, but the Lord really provided everything for us. And I was like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do for 2 weeks? We're not set up with the church, but he gave us a church to work with, and he gave us someone to go around to interpret when we were going shopping, and she showed us some of her favorite things in the area. And so just when you think, am I really doing enough? Am I praying the right way? Do you actually hear me when I pray? He was like, yes, I actually hear you when you pray. And all our prayers and our little things that we wanted out of our time there, he answered. And it was so cool. And our whole team was blown away, oh my gosh, this is insane. And so I just want to encourage you guys that God hears you when you pray, and he answers, and not always in the way you expect, but it's pretty cool. And that's my 3 minutes of something.